Final piece, we're starting to wrap up. Physical fitness. I'm going to let you in a little secret. Don't tell anybody, I like to lift weights. That's just going to be our secret. As my wife would say, can you do anything? Like ski, without being over the top. I says, no, not really. In the midst of my daughter's darkest hours, about 7 years ago, I was going into the gym, and I met a very large man. He's an African-American man. His name is Keith Williams. Keith is about 6 foot tall, 300 pounds, with 5% body fat, and is now ranked number 10 in the world as a bodybuilder. And he sees me come in, and he sees me over the corner, and I'm working out like a maniac. And the reason I'm working out like a maniac is I'm really struggling with everything going on in my life. He walks up to me and says, I think I want you on my team. I go, what team? Oh, I just got a little bodybuilding team here. I said, why would I want to do that? I think he knows guys. He says, because I haven't met a guy yet that could stay on it. Everybody quits. Okay, we'll try. And I did. And suddenly my 1 hour a day was 2 hours a day. And my 3 meals a day became 7 meals a day. And my wife said, my gosh, slow down, take it easy. I go, I love this stuff. This is good. And I developed with him a partnership that really turned out pretty cool. He said, you know, when I watch you work out, I really like what you're doing. He said, but there's obviously something else driving you. And I said, you know, for me, it's not about I want to be like you. I couldn't genetically do that anyhow. But I truly believe that this body God's given me is where he lives. You see, this church is beautiful. When we all leave, it's just a building. Where does God go when we leave? Right here. He loves you, and he cares about the body you have. That means young women and young men, sexually, he cares about you. He loves you, and he wants you to take good care of yourself and keep yourself pure. Older folks like me, he really wants you to take care of your health. Not for personal glory, but because he has done a lot to give us this health. Again, what's crippling our nation's whole medical system? Anybody know? Obesity and lifestyle choices. Number one disease with youth? Obesity and type 2 diabetes. Here's the thing. How we take care of ourselves physically impacts us emotionally. What we put in our mouths literally will change how we feel. If we get enough sleep, if we exercise. So here's what medical research has shown. That big serotonin level I talked to you about earlier, how that all works, it really does the same thing as medication does without any side effects. So if you're feeling down and you're not feeling really blue, if you go in the gym and you work out for about 30 minutes, they say, you can raise it higher than medication. Isn't that cool? The God who built you and I has given us all kinds of resources. If I eat well, if I work out, and if I sleep, my life changes. But is it hard? Yeah, it's hard. Every meal becomes a challenge. Can we do it by ourselves? I can't do anything by myself. Like I told Keith, my workouts, my nutrition, to me it's all spiritual. And I'm just going to tell you, if it's not, it has another danger. Now it becomes vanity. I'm doing it to impress people. It's all about me. How am I going to look? Does everybody notice me? All that crazy stuff. Do you know what the number one cosmetic surgery is right now? Anybody know?
Tell me.
Close. What I read was butt implants. Ouch. Yeah. I mean, we have a society that says we'll literally shoot silicone in both cheeks to give you a different shaped butt, I guess. I mean, just think about that for a second. Come on. That's not what God's talking about. Good health is not physical appearance, it's good health. And God says to you and I, your health is a gift. Now again, please hear this. The reason our medical expenses, our insurance, our hospitals are in chaos is we have a ton of people taking lousy care of themselves. This is not my body. This body belongs to Jesus. This is not mine to take care of however I want. It's his. He lives here. He's given this to me to use to serve on this earth. The day I start thinking of it that way, it changes how I look at food, how I look at alcohol, how I look at drugs, how I look at pornography, right? That's a body issue too. And they all three really do work together. And they're all three really challenging. And again, 2 Timothy 1:7 says, God will give us a spirit of power, love, and self-discipline. And part of what I know your group is talking about here is a power of what happens when I don't do this just by myself. See, when I joined that little group with Keith, I got an accountability partner. A really big accountability partner. And when I'd be pushing up those weights with those skinny little white legs, he'd go, come on! I go, but I'm old and I'm white. He'd go, I don't care. His famous line was, this is not Burger King. If you want to have it your way, go to Burger King. I go, okay, I'll push. And that man got me to do things I didn't think I'd ever do again. And I found out so much of all the things we're talking about is in my mind. And it was really cool to do. And to find the fact that I can push through pain. And then one day I came into the gym and here's this big guy in the middle of the gym. He's got tears coming down. I thought, oh, who died? He said, how you doing? What's wrong? He said, I just want to tell you, I see you and your wife come in here and you work out, and I just know there's something so different about you. I know it's got to be God. And I know right in my life, I'm a wreck. He drove a great yellow Hummer. It was all pimped out. I mean, it was just crazy looking with the wheels that keep spinning and all the stuff. And I'd be with this guy, and I'm not kidding you. Women would walk up, and it would prop us right in front of me. It's like, how often does this happen? He goes, a lot. I go, I've never had that problem, but okay. And he's crying. I mean, a big man is crying. He said, I don't have peace. I can lift all the weights in the world. I can look like this. I can have everybody come up to me all the time and say, I'm a wreck. Can you help me? And we started a personal devotion life together. And we started a small group. And then he invited in everybody on the team. But remember, I'm the only guy on the team. So now I'm stuck with fitness models and figure girls and all these people. And I'm sitting there in Starbucks and I got all these, and I know people looking, who is that weird old man with all those young girls? I go, it's okay, it's a Bible study. And my wife throws my 50th birthday party and she invites the whole team over. And I wish they dressed a little more modest, and we talked about that. They show up at my 50th birthday party. Like, hi guys. And the president of the congregation says, hey buddy, if that's ministry, I'm in. It's okay. I'm going to start to wrap some of this up, and hopefully I'm going to pull this together for you in a way that really helps you. You and I, by God's blessing, have the power of the Holy Spirit. That means He lives here and He's empowered you and I to wake up each day and spend time in His Word and have a thankful heart. Wake up each day and take on the battles and say, Lord, I know it's coming. I know someone's going to attack me today. I know I'm going to be hurt. I know I'm going to struggle, but I will not go alone. You are my God and you go with me. I know you're going to work it out today. Each day we get to get up and say, I do not want to be a slave to my emotions. I don't want to be that angry, on-edge parent. I don't want to be that bitter person walking around that nobody wants to go near. I don't want to be projecting all this crap on people. I want to deal with it. Each day I get to look at that. Each day I get to think about, what am I going to put in my body? Am I going to self-indulge just to feel better? Or am I going to eat to stay strong? Am I going to work out to stay healthy? And you're not in this alone. Honestly, Monday I start with a bunch of pastors coming in town. And I love these guys. And we have this small group where we get together and we get transparent, authentic with each other and say, here's the victories, here's where we fell short. We put in accountability and encouragement, and it works. In Ecclesiastes, it talks about the fact that a cord of 3 strands cannot what? Be broken, right? We need each other. Because there's a big world out there trying to pull us apart. There's a very real force called Satan who's trying to destroy us. And you guys, again, I'm going to say this, man, what a gift you have. These churches in this area, I just think so much of it. You've got pastors here, they want to do this with you. And now they're talking about starting small groups. I want you to hear this. This is really important. Here's what research shows. You can take anyone struggling with an addiction or a mental health issue. And again, if you don't believe me, get on Google and research it. And research shows this. If you send them off to a secular addiction program, like we have one of the most well-known up in Minnesota, that people come from all the world to. 40 to 45% people leave there and stay in remission or stay clean. If you put them, that same person, in a small spiritual support group where the people pray for them, listen to them, hold them accountable, that changes from 80 to 85%. Where should all the broken, lost people be coming? Right here. Where do you and I need to keep going? Right here, not just an hour on Sunday. Your pastors are going to launch small groups where you get to get together with men and women and pray for each other, encourage each other. And it's powerful. I mean, it's incredibly powerful.